An agenda item, if you will sign up.
So I'm like, glad you were.
If you are here to speak on an item that's not on the agenda, there's a sign up sheet as well for that. And then we do have online sign up as well, which I think I've got ready in front of me for that. So if you need to sign up in person, now is your opportunity. Okay. I don't see anybody else running to sign up. So with that, I will call us to order for the Bentonville May 12th City Council meeting. If you'll please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for a moment of silence for our military. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Mayor, we had a.
Are you our scout
Yes.
today or? Oh, I'm sorry. They didn't tell me that you had. Do you want to come up and introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Stefan. Nice to meet you guys. I'm from Troop 36 in Northwest Arkansas.
Okay, so if everyone will oblige me, normally we have scouts start us and I didn't know we had one tonight because we haven't had one for the last few weeks. So does everybody remind to do it one more time? All right, good for us. Okay.
Good job, Stefan.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we do have a coin for you as well. Okay. We very much appreciate our scouts. We went a few weeks without them and I didn't know we had one tonight. Thank you. Roll call, please.
Sanchez, Patterson,
Here.
Acree,
Present.
Seba,
Here.
Suter, Burkhart,
Here.
Hook,
Here. A motion to approve the minutes of the April 28th, 2026 Bentonville City Council meeting.
Second?
Motion in a second. Roll call, please.
Patterson,
Yes.
Acree,
Yes.
Seba,
Yes.
Burkhart,
Yes.
Hook,
Yes.
Sanchez.
Yes.
Would any council members like to make a preliminary motion for this evening's proceedings?
I make a motion to suspend the rules regarding the reading of all ordinances on 3 separate days and further move that all ordinances and resolutions be read by title only.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Acree,
Yes.
Seba,
Yes.
Burkhart,
Yes.
Hook,
Yes.
Sanchez,
Yes.
Patterson.
Yes.
Can I get a motion to open tonight with the committee of the whole? We have a motion?
Second.
And a second. All in favor?
Aye.
So normally Chris is your chair and I would turn it over to Chris. Chris is not here tonight. So if it's okay with everything, I will just chair this portion, or you can nominate someone to chair for this evening. Entirely up to you. All right.
Just.
We do have a quarterly financial update. And probably our staff is coming through the door.
Well, so a couple of weeks ago, I sent you the financials for the first quarter. I was just want to hear, you have any questions, any commentary? No, I really don't have a presentation, but was just looking for some input. If you had any comment on that.
Didn't see anything extraordinary out of the reports,
Right.
except that page number 14, I think it is much prettier than before. Because
Okay.
it has the expectation of income as well as the budget that it is for the whole year.
Okay,
So it can be, it is easier to compare it now.
okay.
But if you have any specific comments on something that it is remarkable out of those reports, tell us.
We really don't have anything remarkable out of the first quarter, so.
That's what I thought. Thank you.
Questions?
That's it.
The shortest.
I
The
appreciate,
last one was shorter.
thank you for sending out everything well in advance.
Okay.
It helps us.
And feel free anytime to send emails and ask questions. We're an open book.
You've been sending those up usually about 2 weeks in advance of doing a quarterly.
We're trying to get them out at least, if not a few days more than 2 weeks, just so you have time to go through them. Just like I said, we set up the quarterlies at the committee of the whole, but feel free anytime. If you get into them, send us an email, call one of the three of us. We'll answer your questions.
There's no
Okay.
questions. Thank you. Are there items that you like to put on consent agenda?
Is there a recommendation?
Well, I usually listen to finance committee and I didn't know if did
We
y'all have
met.
anything from?
We
that-
recommended all items move toward
Consent.
city council, and if anything's able to be placed on consent agenda, we wish to do so.
Okay, so you could place on consent agenda item number 6, 7, 9. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22.
What'd you say after
Number
20?
2 under,
1 and 22.
and number 2 under utility board. The resolution.
Second.
No, it's fine.
Want me to read them for you one more time? Item 6, 7, 9, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and under utility board, item number 2.
Can we pull 21 off?
Well, we haven't had a motion and second on the consented.
We have.
A motion and a second, did we
Yes.
vote?
We didn't vote, but
Okay,
I'll
do you
bring
want
that
to
up.
amend it?
Yes, I'll amend it to pull 21 off.
Second.
So one more time, the amended consent agenda is item 6, 7, 9, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, and item number 2 under utility board. We have a motion and a second for that. Roll call, please.
Zeba? Yes. Suter? Oh, sorry. Burkhart?
Yes.
Hook?
Yes.
Sanchez?
Yes.
Patterson?
Yes.
Acre?
Yes.
Any other discussion under committee of the whole?
One item, Mayor, we talked about it just briefly on finance that maybe in the next committee of the whole or following, I'd like to just discuss the process for official and bona fide offers made to the city on land. And so if we could enter and just have a conversation about that.
Yeah, we are actually gonna do that because we did have an offer given to us today, I believe, and so we were actually already planning to do that.
Great, thank you.
In 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Or like,
Yeah, and we may do it under the committee of the whole and just have a discussion.
Thank you.
yeah, I didn't get a chance to look at it. I just saw it come in and glanced at it, but is there a time frame on? It has a pretty tight deadline, actually.
In their proposal, it's 90 days, but that's
Okay.
coming from them, so we'll discuss all of that.
Yeah, no, that's great. It came today, so.
Okay, with that, I'm gonna ask for a motion to close us
moved.
from committee of the whole.
Second.
We have a motion and second, and we will open up Under new business for city council agenda. That's our first item, which is a proclamation recognizing May as ALS Awareness Month. And I believe we might have a representative here. And if you will, I'll read the proclamation and then have you come forward for a picture. ALS, also commonly known as Lou Gehrig's disease, is a progressive fatal neurodegenerative disease in which a person's brain loses connection with their muscles, slowly reducing a person's ability to walk, talk, eat, and eventually breathe. And whereas people who served in the military are more likely to develop ALS and die from the disease than those with no military service. And whereas securing access to new therapies, durable medical equipment, and communication technologies is of vital importance to people living with ALS. And whereas the ALS Association is the largest philanthropic funder of ALS research globally and has committed more than $154 million to support more than 550 projects across the United States and 18 other countries. And whereas clinical trials play a pivotal role in evaluating new treatments, enhancing quality of life, and fostering assistive technologies for those living with ALS. And whereas the ALS Association is committed to accelerating the pace of discovery, fueled by the hope that one day ALS will be a livable disease for everyone, everywhere, until a cure can be found. And whereas ALS Awareness Month provides an opportunity to increase public awareness of the dire circumstances of people living with ALS, acknowledge the terrible impact this disease has on those individuals and their families, and support research to eradicate this disease. Now, therefore, I, Stephanie Orman, Mayor of the City of Bentonville, do hereby proclaim the month of May 2026 as ALS Awareness Month in the City of Bentonville. I call upon all to support ALS research, advocate for increased funding, and stand in solidarity with those affected by this relentless disease. Given this 12th day of May 2026 in Bentonville and the great state of Arkansas and the United States of America. Thank you for coming. Would you like to say anything? So a lot of our, just so everybody knows, our proclamations, we've done this one for years, but they are submitted by residents of Bentonville. And we do our proclamations around a lot of the causes, medical causes, and then also proclamations around city departments. Would you like to say anything else?
I'm involved in the ALS of Northwest Arkansas. Lou Gehrig's disease, some people know it better by the old baseball player. And the nice thing about it is University of Arkansas has opened up a wing dedicated to ALS patients. And that's a beautiful thing for us. The other issue is we usually have meetings about once every 6 weeks. We have guest speakers come in, and it's a good support system, for our patients. And unfortunately, 2 to 5 years is life expectancy. So by the time you get to know somebody, they move on. So my mother passed from ALS in 1998. And it's been an agenda of mine, a lifetime agenda of mine to do all I can do to support its endeavor. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Our second proclamation for tonight is to recognize emergency medical services. Proclamation reads, whereas, and I think we have some of our
Come on.
staff coming in.
Go, man.
Whereas emergency medical services is a vital public service, and whereas the members of emergency medical services teams are ready to provide life-saving care to those in need 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and whereas access to quality emergency care dramatically improves the survival and recovery rate of those who experience sudden illness or injury. And whereas the emergency medical services system consists of emergency physicians, emergency nurses, emergency medical technicians, paramedics, firefighters, first responders, educators, administrators, and others. And whereas the members of emergency medical services teams, whether career or volunteer, engage in thousands of hours of specialized training and continuing education to enhance their life-saving skills. And whereas it is appropriate to recognize the value and the accomplishments of emergency medical services providers by designating Emergency Medical Services Week. Now therefore, I, Stephanie Orman, Mayor of the City of Bentonville, do hereby proclaim the week of May 17th through 23rd, 2026 as Emergency Medical Services Week in the City of Bentonville, with the theme Improving Outcomes Together. I encourage the community to observe this week with appropriate programs, ceremonies, and activities. Roger?
I just want to thank our team. They do an amazing job training all the time, constantly. Everything's always evolving in EMS. Things get more and more complicated, and these guys will stay on top of it, and they work really hard to provide the best care.
And I just want to say thank you. This is one of our departments that they work 24/7. So the department that and the same how many hours and how all of them day and night. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and our final proclamation for tonight is for National Police Week. Have some of our officers here. Proclamation reads as, whereas there are over 800,000 law enforcement officers serving in communities across the United States, including the dedicated members of the Bentonville Police Department, and whereas approximately 60,000 assaults against law enforcement officers are reported each year, resulting in injuries to more than 16,000 officers. And whereas since the first recorded death in 1786, over 25,000 law enforcement officers in the United States have made the ultimate sacrifice and been killed in the line of duty, including one member of the Bentonville Police Department in 1997. And whereas the names of these dedicated public servants are engraved on the walls of the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial in Washington, D.C. And whereas the new names of fallen heroes are being added to the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial this spring, including 111 officers killed in the line of duty in 2025. And whereas the service and sacrifice of all officers killed in the line of duty will be honored during the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund's 38th Annual Candlelight Vigil held on the evening of May 13th, 2026. And whereas the Candlelight Vigil is part of National Police Week, which is observed this year, May 10th through 16th. And whereas May 15th is designated as Peace Officers Memorial Day, in honor of all fallen officers and their families, and U.S. flags should be flown at half-staff. Now therefore, I, Stephanie Orman, the Mayor of Bentonville, do hereby proclaim May 10th through 16th, 2026 as National Police Week in Bentonville. I publicly salute the service of law enforcement officers in our community and communities across the nation.
One of the things, community, we can't do this job without community support, city council support, from mayor's office. All of our other officers out on the services and access right now, so we've got a couple that, we got great men, women in public safety, all of our EMS and paramedics, we work daily to keep the city safe, so appreciate it, can't do without the men and women here every day doing this job, so thank you for all that you do.
Thank y'all.
This is another group that they work 24/7. So any emergency call coming in. Okay, we will move to item number 4, which is an ordinance approving a waiver of bid to purchase additional public safety radio equipment.
New business item number 4, an ordinance authorizing the mayor and city clerk to waive competitive bidding and enter into an agreement with COGCOM Inc. to purchase additional public safety radio equipment in the amount of $102,601.57, amending the 2026 budget and for other purposes.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Burkhart,
Yes.
Hook,
Yes.
Sanchez,
Yes.
Patterson,
Yes.
Acre,
Yes.
Ziba,
Yes.
Item number 5 is an ordinance approving a waiver of bid to enter into an agreement with AT&T for 911 equipment.
New business item number 5, an ordinance authorizing the mayor and city clerk to waive competitive bidding and enter into an agreement with AT&T for 911 equipment in the amount of $68,500 and for other purposes.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Hook,
Yes.
Sanchez,
Yes.
Patterson,
Yes.
Acre,
Yes.
Ziba, Burkhart,
Yes.
Item number 6 starts our consent agenda. So would you like to read all titles of all consent agenda items, please?
New business item number 6, a resolution authorizing the mayor and city clerk to enter into an agreement with GTS Technology Solutions, Inc. for the purchase of emergency communications center video system in the amount of $96,862.11 and for other purposes. New business item, sorry, thank you. New business item number 7, a resolution authorizing the mayor and city clerk to enter into an agreement with Russ Bassett Corporation to purchase emergency communications center consoles in the amount of $71,033.16 and for the purposes. New business item number 9, a resolution authorizing the mayor and city clerk to enter into an agreement with Software House International in the estimated total amount of $81,655.08 for the purchase of SolarWinds Service Desk to support the city's IT service desk and for other purposes. New business item number 16, a resolution accepting a loan of 12 artworks from Oz Art for display on public property in the Adult Recreation Center at no cost to the city and for other purposes. New business item number 17, a resolution approving Amendment 2 with Garver LLC in an amount not to exceed $24,600 and for other purposes. New business item number 18, a resolution authorizing the mayor and city clerk to enter into a contract with APAC Central Inc. for Rainbow Curve improvements in the amount of $7,527,371.55 and for other purposes. New business item number 19, a resolution authorizing the mayor and city clerk to enter into a change order with Flintco LLC, extending the contract duration for the Dave Peel Park project by 273 days and for other purposes. New business item number 20, a resolution authorizing the mayor and city clerk to enter into a change order with Design Workshop, Inc. in the amount of $9,800 and for other purposes. New business item number 22, a resolution authorizing the mayor and city clerk to enter into an agreement with Craft and Toll in the amount of $300,000 for design services for a future pickleball complex at Memorial Park and for other purposes. Utility Board item number 2, a resolution authorizing the mayor and city clerk to enter into an agreement with Ground Zero Construction, Inc. for the Shoemaker Interceptor Rehabilitation Phase 1 construction bid in the amount of $3,743,519.10 for the purposes.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Sanchez,
Yes.
Patterson,
Yes.
Acre,
Yes.
Ziba,
Yes.
Burkhart,
Yes.
Hook,
Yes.
Passes unanimously, so we will go to item number 8 on the agenda, which is an ordinance for a waiver of bid to enter into an agreement with Axon Enterprise Inc. for purchase of 80 tasers.
New business item number 8, an ordinance authorizing the mayor and city clerk to waive competitive bidding and enter into an agreement with Axon Enterprise, Inc. for the purchase of 80 tasers in the amount of $48,246.51 and for other purposes.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Patterson,
Yes.
Acre,
Yes.
Ziba. Yes. Burkhart,
Yes.
Hook,
Yes.
Sanchez,
Yes.
Item number 9 was on consent agenda, so we'll go to item number 10, which is a public hearing and ordinance vacating the utility easement. West Side Block 2, Lot 8 of Robinair Heights. At this time, I will open the public hearing. Is there anyone online or in person to speak on this item? Seeing and hearing none, I will close public hearing.
New business item number 10, an ordinance vacating utility easement located at Lot 8, Block 2 of Robin Air Heights of the city of Bentonville, Arkansas, Bentonville, Arkansas, VAC 26-0025.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Acre,
Yes.
Eva, Burkhart,
Yes.
Yes.
Sanchez,
Yes.
Patterson,
Yes.
Passes unanimously. Item number 11 is an ordinance updating zoning and development code references.
New business item number 11, an ordinance amending the Bentonville Municipal Code to update references to Appendix A zoning code and Appendix B land development code, recently repealed and replaced with the Bentonville Community Code and for other purposes.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion?
Thank you for all your hard work.
Roll call, please.
Eva. Yes. Burkhart,
Yes.
Hook,
Yes.
Sanchez,
Yes.
Patterson,
Yes.
Acre,
Yes.
Item number 12 is an ordinance updating zoning district references in the Bentonville Municipal Code.
New business item number 12, an ordinance amending the Bentonville Municipal Code to update zoning district references for consistency with the recently adopted Bentonville Community Code and for other purposes.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Burkhart,
Yes.
Hook,
Yes.
Sanchez,
Yes.
Patterson,
Yes.
Acre,
Yes.
Ziba,
Item number 13 is an ordinance relocating certain code sections, Muni Code.
New business item number 13, an ordinance amending the Bentonville Municipal Code to relocate certain provisions from former Appendix A zoning code and Appendix B land development code that are not included in the recently adopted Bentonville Community Code and for other purposes.
Second.
With a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Hook,
Yes.
Sanchez, Patterson,
Yes.
Acre,
Yes.
Ziba. Yes. Burkhart,
Yes.
Item number 14 is an ordinance establishing fees for the Bentonville Community Code.
New business item number 14, an ordinance establishing fees for the Bentonville Community Code and for other purposes.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any other discussion?
Thanks for reaching out to me. Appreciate the heads up on it. Thank you.
Roll call, please.
Sanchez,
Yes.
Patterson,
Yes.
Acre,
Yes.
Ziba. Burkhart,
Yes.
Hook,
Yes.
Item number 15 is an ordinance repealing municipal code section 82-86, roller skates, rollerblades, and skateboards.
New business item number 15, an ordinance repealing Bentonville Municipal Code, section 82-86, roller skates, rollerblades, and skateboards prohibited and for other purposes.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any other discussion? Roll call.
Patterson,
Yes.
Acre,
Yes.
Ziba. Yes. Burkhart,
Yes.
Hook,
Yes.
Sanchez,
Yes.
Okay, item 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20 were on consent agenda. So we go to item number 21, which is a resolution authorizing transfer RDOT grant funds.
New business item number 21, a resolution authorizing the mayor and city clerk to transfer Arkansas Department of Transportation grant funds previously allocated to Elm Tree Side Path Trail to the McCollum Side Path Project and for other purposes.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Any other discussion?
Yeah, David, could you just give us, I kind of wanted to talk about this one because I kind of wanted to make sure the public knew moving that money did not mean we were not doing the Elm Tree Side
no,
Path
not at
Trail.
all.
We have the money.
Yeah,
And if you could give us, the McCollum has been a long time coming,
Yeah.
but it's finally bidding. If you could just give us
Yeah.
like an update on the financials
yeah.
and bids.
No, you got it. So, we received a bid from we received a grant from McCollum as long ago as 2016. And
Long,
there
long
has
time
been
coming.
a lot happen with McCollum, even down to the transfer of ownership of that road. And that's what a lot of that was caught up in, over the course of the years. That's why we're not there. We did phase one several years ago. Phase one went from, Central to, I believe, was Gardens Trail. This is from Garden Trail all the way to the, Grace Point Church. And then the Tiger Overpass project will pick it up from there and carry it on to the future bridge that's out there. What we have here is we're transferring funds from an RDOT grant, a second RDOT grant. So there's the grant that we received in 2016, but then we received a grant for the Elm Tree Side Path a couple of years ago. Actually, we accepted it last year. Right after we accepted that grant, the Walton Family Foundation awarded us a grant for the full cost of Elm Tree. So we went to RDOT and we said, hey, listen, we have an opportunity to not use any taxpayer dollar, not even just Bentonville taxpayer dollars, but the state taxpayer dollars as well. We'd like to use the funding from the Walton Family Foundation. RDOT was really supportive of that. And they said, what you can do, an option for you, is to move the money that you've been awarded for Elm Tree. And as long as it's in an adopted plan, like the Connect Bentonville plan, you can move it over there. So we moved it to McCollum. So what we have now, in a project that bid a couple of weeks ago, we open it in about 2 more weeks, they'll open the bid, is we have $1 million of grant funding from RDOT to start that project. The rules behind an RDOT grant is that it has to come with a 20% match. We know we have $100,000 from sidewalk money, fee in lieu from the church, and then we have about $500,000 in our budget. I do not think that we're going to touch anywhere close to $500,000 of our funding, but I do think we'll have to use some because I think it'll cost more than $500,000 to build the trail. The good news is that when we do open a bid in a couple of weeks and we do bring you a bid award from a qualified firm to construct that trail, the percentage of that's coming out of our city coffers will be very small. And so it's a well-needed project. The connection in general is a multiple step process, but this next piece is really key to get ready for when Dan and his team come behind us with the Tiger project. So project's 100% live and well. We've been working on it for a really long time and excited to bring that to the public, not too distant future.
Yeah, lots of good things. Glad to have both. So
Thank you.
Thank you for that
Okay.
update. That's great.
Okay, we have a motion in the second.
So moved.
Second.
I
Oh,
We
think we
already-
already had one, but okay, okay. All in favor? Any opposed? Passes unanimously. Item number 22 is on consent agenda, so we'll go to item 23, which is an ordinance to waive competitive bidding for emergency bridge repair on West McNally Road.
New business item number 23, an ordinance waiving competitive bidding for the repair of the West McNally Road Bridge, authorizing the mayor and city clerk to enter into a construction contract for said repair in an amount not to exceed $500,000, providing for the emergency clause and for other purposes. I'll move.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Acre,
Yes.
Eva. Yes. Burkhart,
Yes.
Cook,
Yes.
Sanchez,
Yes.
Patterson,
Yes.
Section 4, emergency clause. The need to contract for this repair is immediate and an emergency is hereby declared to exist, and this ordinance shall be in full force and effect from the date of its passage and approval.
Second.
Motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Eva. Yes. Burkhart,
Yes.
Cook,
Yes.
Sanchez,
Yes.
Patterson,
Yes.
Acre.
Yes. Is there any way, like, I mean, if we knew who hit it to get, like, this is obviously caused by,
If we can prove who hit it, we will always try to go after the insurance. In some
Okay.
cases, there's
just, if it's not reported or
we always-
whatever, there's no
always
way
try
to
do
know.
that, yeah. Okay. Item number 1 under utility board is an ordinance to waive competitive bidding to purchase 2 substation transformers.
Utility Board item number 1, an ordinance authorizing the mayor and city clerk to enter into an agreement with Prolec GE for the purchase of 2 substation transformers in the amount of $6,044,984.73, waiving competitive bidding, amending the 2026 budget, providing for the emergency clause and for other purposes.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Burkhart,
Yes.
Cook,
Yes.
Sanchez,
Yes.
Patterson,
Yes.
Acre.
Yes.
Siva.
Yes.
Section 5, emergency clause. The need to make this purchase is immediate and an emergency is hereby declared to exist, and this ordinance shall be in full force and effect from the date of its passage and approval.
Motion and a second. Call, please.
Cook,
Yes.
Sanchez, Patterson,
Yes.
Acre.
Yes.
Siva. Yes. Burkhart,
Yes.
Item number 2 on utility board was on consent agenda, so we'll go to item number 1 under planning, which is the final plat for the Walmart campus subdivision phase 22.
Planning, item number 1, an ordinance accepting a final plat of Lot 1 of Walmart Campus Subdivision, Phase 22 to the city of Bentonville, Arkansas, and for other purposes. Project number FP 25-0012.
Second?
Motion and a second. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Sanchez,
Yes.
Patterson,
Yes.
Acre,
Yes.
Siba,
Yes.
Burkhart,
Yes.
Hook,
Yes.
And number 2 is a final plat of Lot 1 of Walmart Campus Subdivision, Phase 23.
Planning, item number 2, an ordinance accepting a final plat of Lot 1 of Walmart Campus Subdivision, Phase 23 to the city of Bentonville, Arkansas, and for other purposes. Project number FP 25-0013.
So moved.
Second?
A motion and a second. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Patterson,
Yes.
Acre,
Yes.
Siba,
Yes.
Burkhart,
Yes.
Hook,
Yes.
Sanchez,
Yes.
Item number 4 is a lot split of lots 1 and 2 of Borough Subdivision.
Item number 3.
I'm sorry. Item number 3, the property line adjustment of lot 27, block 6 of Clark's second edition.
Planning, item number 3, an ordinance accepting a property line adjustment of Lot 3 in the west 40 feet of Lot 2, Block 6 of Clark's second edition, creating new Lot 27, Block 6 of Clark's second edition to the city of Bentonville, Arkansas, and for other purposes. Project number PLA 26-0009.
So moved.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Acre,
Yes.
Siba,
Yes.
Burkhart,
Yes.
Hook,
Yes.
Sanchez,
Yes.
Patterson,
Yes.
Item 4 of it's a lot split of lots 1 and 2 of Borough Subdivision.
Planning, item number 4, an ordinance accepting a lot split of parcel 01-00876-000, creating new lots 1 and 2 of the Burrows subdivision to the city of Bentonville, Arkansas, and for other purposes. Project number PP 25-0008.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Siba,
Yes.
Burkhart,
Yes.
Hook,
Yes.
Sanchez, Patterson,
Yes.
Acre.
Yes.
And the next item is the city council vacancy discussion and action.
Real quick, Mayor, and I don't know what protocol is for this. There's a group of young students from Thaden signed up to make public comment. And, and before we get into the bulk of tonight's discussion, they were wondering, could they potentially speak just about a project they've been working at as public comment before we hop into item 1 here? Just a quick question.
Why not, Mayor?
City council.
Bring them on.
It's,
Okay.
they need to go to bed.
I'll be in bed before they will, I'm sure.
I mean, it's towards the end of this call.
Yes, come on.
Just trying to help them out.
Thank you.
Yep, you guys go.
Hi.
My name is Ashton Pease and this is my partner, Sophia.
Sophia.
Over the past couple months, we've been doing a community-based learning project or trying to raise awareness for immigration rights and also trying to kind of spread their stories throughout local leaders and also kind of just general citizens. Today we'll be sharing 3 stories on immigration rights for immigrants and kind of the struggles that they went through. I think that's it.
We will be sharing our stories as well as talking a little bit about our project and what we've learned through the research. And this research on immigrant rights is not just on the United States in general, but they are cases in our community and as well as resources in immigration rights in Arkansas specifically. And we've connected with a lot of partners in our area to really do research on how we can help as community members as well. So I will start by reading the story of Anna C. All of these identities on immigrants, we kept them completely confidential for their privacy and just their sake. So Anna C. came to the United States from El Salvador with her husband and child, crossing the desert in search for better opportunities and education for her family. While she hoped for stability and freedom, she now lives in the constant fear of uncertainty. She's afraid to drive, feels forced to hide, and struggles with limited access to information and resources about the immigration process. Anna shared that although her son was born in the United States, he has greater opportunities, and she worries deeply about the unequal future her daughter faces because she was not born here. Her story reflects the emotional toll, fear, and barriers many immigrants' families experience daily. This story is on Gabriel M. Gabriel M. left Guatemala and crossed the desert alone, leaving behind his wife and 2 children in hopes of creating financial stability for them. A trained chef, Gabriel came to the United States because economic opportunity in Guatemala were limited. During his journey, he became lost in the desert and experienced that deeply affected him. Today, he works carefully and avoids unnecessary risks because he lacks health insurance and fears losing his ability to provide for his family. His greatest dream is to reunite with his children, but limited legal pathways make that future feel almost impossible. Gabriel's story highlights the sacrifices immigrant parents make to support loved ones from afar.
The final story is about Jane D. Jane D fled from El Salvador after enduring domestic abuse, sexual violence, gang violence, and death threats from her ex-husband. She walked from El Salvador to the United States seeking refuge and safety. Although she was temporarily allowed to stay in the U.S., her protection was not extended despite the ongoing dangers she would face if she returned home. She now feels trapped without a clear pathway to citizenship or long-term safety. Since arriving, she has had a child in the United States, and her greatest fear is being separated from them. Jane's story demonstrates how immigrants come not only for opportunity, but for survival. These stories are not isolated experiences. They represent the realities many immigrant families in our community face every day. Immigrants contribute to our workforce, schools, culture, and local economy. Yet many continue living in fear due to a lack of resources, legal support, and protection.
And we are here today to talk.
Point of order, public comments for just 3 minutes if you'd like to extend.
Close. Done.
Almost, just 1 more minute. We are here to urge you to expand accessible immigrant resources and legal aid programs in Bentonville, increase multilingual community outreach so families understand their rights and available services, support partnerships with local nonprofits and immigration advocacy and organizations, create safer, more welcoming spaces where immigrant families can seek help without fear, advocate for policies that protect family unity and provide clearer pathways to legal status, and ensure that all residents, regardless of immigration status, can access basic resources, education, and community support safely. A stronger community is built when every family feels safe, informed, and supported. These stories remind us that immigration is not just a political issue, it is a human issue that affects real families, parents, and children in our city, who are also our neighbors. Thank you.
So I think we have one other person to comment on something that's not on the agenda. And so I want to make you aware of that. We had talked about not changing our order in case if we do have those. So I think if we done that, we might need to go to, and I'm not sure if the Scott Spencer Tiger Boulevard overpass.
I do think we need to, in most cases, not change, but I think today's an extenuating circumstance with this, and we let both speak before so, yeah.
Okay, so just so we're fair.
But I think we need to keep it fair for tonight, but also, for the most part, still not do that.
Agreed.
Well, good evening, and thank you for the opportunity to speak with y'all tonight. I just wanted to advocate for the beginning and completion of the Tiger Boulevard overpass project that will connect McCullum Drive to Northeast Gramercy Road. Several people on our side of the highway that live in Bentonville are eagerly awaiting this project to ease traffic on East Central and East Central in that 49 intersection that has a lot of traffic problems right now. We actually had a community, or one of our neighbors created a website that scrapes data from the Bentonville Police Department and analyzes vehicular accident data. And it shows there's a disproportionate amount of traffic accidents in that area. And we think that completing this project might help alleviate some of that and create a more accessible access route to the city center for pedestrians, cyclists, and children to go to school and things like that. We recently had a bike to school event last week. There were a couple of dozen students that were excited to ride to school. However, we're relegated to having a police escort simply to get to school by bike. And I know the city supports that means of transportation. And so we would just like to say that we support this project. We'd like to see it begin. We email the city probably every 6 months, and every 6 months it seems like it's delayed a little bit. And so we're just excited to have this project completed and would appreciate maybe if this project could move up in the priority list or whatever it takes.
To bid it in the fall. We're finishing design and there's utilities, electric, that have to be moved there.
Okay,
Or we can actually do, but the goal is to bid it in the fall.
in the fall this year? Okay.
Yep.
Well, great. We'll hold you guys to that. We'll be
Yep.
back.
Gonna start the McCollum side path and stuff. That's a separate project. So you'll see, you're gonna to see work on that piece that's further up.
Okay.
And then it will connect to the Tiger Overpass project and there's a side path connection there too. So you're gonna see work out there, but it's actually a separate project, but it is gonna be bid in the fall.
excited.
So,
Yeah. Well, yeah, we won't get excited because
Okay.
we moved here in 2023. We were excited to be in Bentonville. We heard about this project before we moved. It was part of the reason we kind of chose the house where we did. And it seems like every 6 months, it's going to be like another 9 months. And just to shout out my neighbor that created that website, it's called bentonvillecrashdata.org. And it makes crash data really easy to digest and understand kind of where accidents are happening. And I know with the construction around that Mavericks, whatever's happening back there behind that church there, it's kind of seems like it's exacerbated some of those traffic issues and all that. So we're just excited to have a safe way to get to the other side of town. So thank you so much.
okay. I don't show anybody else signed up for an agenda, item outside of the agenda. So with that, we will go to the last agenda item, which is the city council vacancy discussion and action. What we did provide for you is, all the applicants that we had received up until the last one came in right before the meeting. I'm not sure, is Michael over there? I think he brought one down to you. So he did. And what we also have prepared is a list in reverse alphabetical order, although the one that you brought down, we'll have to plug in there. So, so if you would like to hear from all of those that have put in an application, tonight you will need to make a decision of one of those three options of how we move forward.
We discussed it prior.
You are welcome to. One comment that has been made to me from the last time there was an appointment was that should you choose something that doesn't involve an appointment, the people have shown up and they haven't been able to speak to you. So I just want you to be aware, if you want to hear from them before you make that decision, I'm gonna leave it up to y'all, but
I have a proposal. Everybody should have a couple of minutes or 3 to explain themselves to the board, to the council. And then we should nominate one person. We should select one of those persons for the remaining of the year as a on a temporary basis. And then have an election in November for the following 2 years. And the election could be open for the person who nominate and for anybody else in the city, the ones who have applied and the others who have not applied. Everybody will go to the regular election on November, but it will be a special election because you will have an additional candidate that it is not regularly scheduled.
It was my understanding that the law required we fill the term. Can we shorten that term? And did the county?
you can, so the three options that were given to you, as appoint a qualified individual to serve the remainder of the unexpired term, call a special election and appoint a qualified individual to serve on an interim basis until the election is held, or call a special election and leave the position vacant until the election.
I did confirm with Bonnie that we could divide the term up like that and finish for
Then-
26.
Second question is, could we do a special election during the general election?
So it actually, you could do, there's 2 dates, you could do a special election, you could do one, August 11th, or it's still, even if we do it with the general election, it is actually still a special election. The difference is if you elect to do the August 11th date, we incur costs that outside of what we would normally incur with it happening with the general election, which are estimated to be at about 17,000. And if you had a runoff with that, another 15,000. So if you choose to do the special election with the November ballot, we don't incur those additional costs.
The difficulty that was mentioned last time is that if we have a special election, it is likely that we'll have very little participation from the citizens. So in this particular manner, that I mentioned is if we do a temporary assignment from here to December, and then the special election in November for the term to be continued for the following 2 years.
Yeah, we don't have $17,000 to budget, so I think an August election is, to me, is off the table because like we would have to pull that money from something and I don't think that's appropriate.
And I'd rather include more opportunities for the community to participate. And we all know that the turnouts are low on and off general election.
I agree somewhat with you on your proposal about having the special election in November. But appointing somebody here today means that we are putting our stamp of approval on a person that will then be able to have that in November, saying that we are the incumbent. We are the one that 7 people picked in one night, with 2 weeks to look at all the applications that we have, visit with a person in one evening, and appoint somebody that will then be able to place their name on the ballot as the council member. That is a tremendous advantage. I know many of you that have made applications. I don't know a lot of you, there's so many. And I've appreciated all of the emails and phone calls and discussions that I've had. I have visited with some staff members and I have researched the law, and I can't find any reason why 7 members of this committee cannot make it till November and hold the special election during the general election. By appointing somebody, I know personally that I'm not qualified this evening with as limited time that I had, and some within a day or less, to make an appointment that in all intents and purposes would be elected in November. We have such a good field of candidates. We have such a large array of knowledge base and opportunity here that I would like to see the candidates run a good, serious campaign for November and let the citizens discuss and hear what they have to say, and let the citizens determine this at the greatest ability for the citizens to come out, and that would be during the general election. Unless there is a reason why that a 7-member council would be inappropriate or cause harm to the work of this council and the body of this city, then I would prefer to let the citizenry speak when the greatest numbers are voting.
And the number 8 as the council is used in a way to allow the mayor to vote on tie votes. A situation that was crashing this concept happened a couple of months ago, perhaps 2 or 3 months ago, when we voted for a particular situation, 4 on one side and 3 on the other side. Considering the item that it was and the experience that I have seen in how we vote, I imagine that the missing person will have voted this way, will have been 4-4, which will have allowed the mayor.
How would you know that?
As I
You
said,
have a crystal ball.
I have one, a small one.
Okay, good.
But as I said, in my understanding, it is obviously that we know each other to a certain degree, and obviously not too much, but to a certain degree, we can understand what is the reasoning. So as I said, 4-3. And in my imagination, the missing member at the time will have made it to 4. If that had been the case, I'm imagining, but just imagining, that the mayor will have voted on this side, on this side, which will have made it 5, which will have completely changed the mechanics, the result of the item. And that is what happened. So
Or she could have tied it in the case if there's only 7 of us.
there could not be a tie if it is 4-3. If it is 7 of us, then the mayor can intervene if it is a tie, but if it is 4-3, she cannot.
So you don't think it's possible for us to be able to run our agenda appropriately for a period of time until the general election?
As I said, the example that I gave you happened only a few months ago, and it could happen again. So to avoid a situation like that, in which the majority vote will have been on this side, 5-3 instead of 3-4, To avoid a situation like that, that's why I think it is better to fill the vacancy at this moment, but only for a temporary time. I certainly understand that the person who gets the title is gonna have perhaps a statistical marginal advantage or whatever the level of advantage the person may have. But on the other hand, if that is the case, then it is the result of us actually 6 members here today to go through all this and have the selection that it is best for the whole city in the understanding that it is going to be a short-term assignment.
I don't think it's in our purview to believe that we know the will of the people and the 6 people on this council this evening to make a decision among 13 or 14 individuals this evening and only have an ability to see their applications for maybe a week and a half. That I would much rather lend the citizens to be able to vote for those people and not put our thumb on the scale for the election.
So it sounds like we have 2 different opinions, and I don't know where everyone else stands, but if we go ahead and listen to those that have applied, and there's a standout someone that we all agree to, then we can decide on that. And if there's not, then we can discuss it again and decide if we want to leave the seat vacant until a special election.
I think we need to determine now what we're going to do before they speak.
Is there anybody here that would like to speak on the matter other than candidates? Didn't know if anybody signed up or
If
not.
anybody signed up that's not.
As I say, we have gotten, I don't know if you guys, some pushback from some of our constituents about making the decision
have
tonight,
had
which was
that.
interesting because when I tried to poll people and tried to get feedback, a lot of them didn't even know that there was a vacant seat. So it's definitely been a challenge. I just trying to get the feedback, which is what I often do, has certainly been more challenging because mainly, I guess, the shortness of time.
Everyone I spoke with there wasn't anybody saying appoint somebody that I have spoken with in the last 2 weeks. They were concerned that we're going to be making this decision so rapidly, especially with so many candidates. And they urged me in this case to which I had already talked about at the last meeting, having the citizens vote for the candidates. So that's really, I guess, what's on the table at the moment.
It seems
Same experience. Multiple people have contacted me to find out how the process worked and wanted some assurances that they would be able to participate in a special election. I think some also assumed it would be sooner than that, but I think the bottom line was what was told us they wanted to say.
so. It seems quite clear that we are in agreement that there should be an election. The election should be in November, not in August or June or any other time. If that is the case, then the only situation that we need to resolve is, do we name somebody on a temporary basis from here to December, or do we not? That is the key point.
question.
That is the
Do you
question.
think we give them, and I know you say it's a minuscule difference on the ballot, and I believe it's more than a minuscule difference on the ballot. If you're running as an incumbent and you show yourself as a city council member, it is more than a minuscule amount of advantage on there that its history tells us this. And statistics tell us this. And so I know some people very well that are candidates today. Majority of those I've barely met, and we have resumes in front of us. But to try to even remember the first person's comment after 13 is going to be challenging at best. I can do it, but I'm very concerned that we're making that decision when it's not necessary. And I disagree with you that it's necessary to have that seat filled immediately. I disagree in that. So I respectfully disagree.
You understand? So the question at this moment is, do we name somebody today for the remaining of the year, or do we not? Because we agree, or seem to agree, that in November, we make an election for the following 2 years.
I would like to hear from the people that have come to apply And I don't think it's in vain, even if we decide that we're going to not appoint someone tonight, because if these are people that are interested in serving on city council and plan to run, it's an opportunity for them to get their names out there, their platforms, whatever, on the record right now, which gives a little preview for our constituents going forward. So I don't think there's any harm in allowing everyone to speak.
I agree in allowing everybody to speak after we make a decision if we are gonna name somebody or not.
I don't know if I can make that decision before. I'm not prepared personally, maybe everybody else is. I'm not prepared to make that decision at this drop second. If it is, then my vote would be very clear. I think we give everybody an opportunity either way, we might as well do so.
I'm very confident that there's a person in this room, perhaps more, that can fill the seat and do a very.
That's
good
not the
job.
problem. There
I
are
think
multiple
That's-
people
that's-
that are
That's,
But I would
more
like
than
to hear from
qualified.
them
That's the-
Before I make a
that's-
decision on if
So what I heard from Bill and Holly and Cindy is that there are concerns about naming somebody for the remaining of the year. If that is the case, then it seems quite clear that we should not name anybody for the rest of the year.
oh, November,
well,
Second,
you mean through to
Until
the general
November.
election?
until November election, yes. So we are gonna fill this vacancy in the special election that will take place in November.
Nick, could we seat someone immediately in November?
Yes, it is a special election, so you don't have to wait till January. So as soon as the election results are confirmed, that person can be seen and begin.
And so they can start immediately as soon as that, it is just for the remainder of the.
Correct.
So just for 2 years, just. so
2 years and 1
They
month,
would run and they would only get in 2 years and have to run again, just so everybody's.
2 years and 1 month.
It would run again in 2028 if they wish to run again, yes.
So it seems, as I said, to me quite clear that we fill the vacancy in November as a special election, and the person will take place as soon as the results are confirmed for the whoever wins that election. And then we become empty, the seat becomes empty for the following 7 months. Not 7, it'll be 6 months.
Because the soonest we could do a special is August, and it's gonna cost $30,000.
If we-
Yeah, I think we've taken that off the table, but I mean, you guys have a voice. I mean, I'm still somewhere in between on what I was stating was it's been definitely hard in the time that we've had to know and feel great about all the candidates. But I too am like Becky, I would love to hear from them. Because I'm finding out more and more just through me reaching back out to them, and then they tell me something. I'm like, oh, I didn't realize that, or I didn't know that.
But if we don't make a decision at this moment, they will not know if they are speaking for the job or not.
Well, they're speaking for the
they're
job
speaking
either
for the
way.
job, whether it's.
And
now
I
or
appreciate what
November.
you're saying. I mean,
Yeah,
but if they want the position, then they're from this moment on, they're working hard for it.
And I also think it's a question for everybody that put in an application. Are you going to run if we don't appoint someone? Because there very well may be people that say, no, I was up for it for an appointment, but I'm not up for a campaign. So they have an opportunity right now to say,
Is that a legal commitment?
no.
no.
Well,
I mean,
Well, I would think that if somebody's gonna ask for an appointment, knowing that we're gonna hold a special election, that they would expect to run. So I think it is good to
Yes.
know if you're not up for the battle, not up for the campaign, you might wanna rethink things today. Either way.
There was one person that said that they didn't intend to run for the.
Yes.
If they were appointed, they would just interim hold the seats, but.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And then not, they could change their mind. So that's,
That is the point.
yeah.
So, well,
So you need to decide if you would like to, so you need to make a decision, and I guess we'll just kind of do it as a show of hands. Would you like to hear from all of the candidates that are here tonight?
Yes.
Let's do it by a show of hands.
After we make a
Then
decision.
Okay.
Well, what if we can't make
Before
a
you make it,
decision?
would you like to hear from the applicants before you make a decision?
No.
I would,
Yes.
yes. I would
Raise
like
your
to use
hand.
The
Okay.
restroom before that.
Raise your hand if you
Is your
would like.
hand up?
Yes.
Yes, her hand's up, though.
Okay.
So there's four.
So we will do that. We're going to take a 5-minute recess if you would like to stay and be able to present in front of the council. Thank you.
move that we listen to all candidates and then choose one to appoint for the remainder of 2026.
I second. But I was thinking, I second that.
Okay, so we do have a motion and a second on the floor, so we'll vote on that.
No.
Yes.
Sanchez,
Yes.
Patterson,
Yes.
Avery,
No.
Zeba,
Yes.
So it's 4-3.
This was a 4-3.
Or 6. Or 2.
or two.
Yeah, there's only 6 of us.
Passes, so motion is to, will you reread?
To.
All right, well, we will now do everybody clear what they just did?
Say it again, would you?
Yeah, they lobbied while we were in the restroom. Should have gone to the bathroom.
So we will, the motion was to, so we will actually appoint someone this evening. So we, to fill the term until November. All right, so with that,
Go with them.
so,
Well, he didn't know I was gonna do that. We did not plan that. That's why he didn't back me up, but
I didn't go with the pressure with them.
okay, well, we have the vote and that's how we'll proceed. So now we will,
We're appointing somebody this evening.
did you understand what you just?
Well, I did, but like I had said earlier, I would have liked to listen to them first. I mean, because
Well,
it could
there
have
was a
changed my
motion.
mind, so.
You had a
Yeah.
motion and a.
I get it, I get
So
it.
That's, so that's how we will proceed, tonight. With that, we have our candidates here. We will call you up in reverse alphabetical order. We would ask that you keep it to 3 minutes or under if possible, this evening. And then if you have a question for them, city council can ask a question. Okay, with that, we will start with Heather Wardle.
Heather did email me and she has 103 fever and is positive for COVID. So apparently it's 2020. And so she is not going to be here. She did ask if it would be possible for her statement to be read. I don't know what the protocol
is she online?
is.
No.
She has 103.
This is one of the reasons I opted maybe not to appoint somebody.
There a
I don't know
legal
what the
reason why she asked somebody
If
to?
you all want to hear her
Then-
statement, there's no
She did
reason.
not ask me to read it. She just asked if it could be read. So I don't want to read it.
I think it's fair to read the statement.
If you all want the statement read, I'm happy to read it if there is alignment from the council.
Are you talking about
Statement of
the?
interest?
Statement of intent.
Oh,
I mean, we've all read it.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's.
But she didn't message anything in addition to what's in
No,
there.
all she did was email and say she's sick. and I don't know how that should be handled, but I did get an email asking.
well, I think it was gonna be your call. If you, I did not get a request to do that. If you got the request, then. I
Yeah,
think
if it's
council
just
member
what's in the
If you want.
Packet, I think we've all
it,
read them.
Then I
Yeah,
think
so-
you can do
I mean,
that.
I've read through it and
Okay. All right, with that, we'll go to our second applicant in reverse alphabetical order, which is Carla Thompson.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Carla Thompson. Mine is not even gonna be 3 minutes. I, as a lot of other folks, didn't know this vacancy was open. I got attacked by the community to apply. So I did. And one of the reasons why, and here's my short statement, I have been here close to 30 years, 28 of it in Bentonville, serving in Bentonville, growing in Bentonville. And I think that everyone in this community needs to have the opportunity to flourish where they're planted. That's my statement. Questions?
Anybody have questions? I didn't know we were.
Oh, we had,
Yeah, I guess that's a point of order we need to decide. Is this a question and answer?
At the last council, you asked if y'all could ask questions of them, and we did say yes. It is entirely up to you.
Okay.
If we have questions, we make the questions.
I guess I have the question for all candidates. If you were to be appointed, would you be running, at this point, would you plan on running again, running for this seat in November?
I didn't think that far ahead. I'm being honest. So I don't know. I just learned that this evening as y'all was deciding it. So I don't know.
It's fair.
It would be like a pilot. And
Yeah,
see
yeah,
how we flow. Yeah.
that is fair.
Thank you, Carla.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The next one I have is John Skaggs, but I believe we emailed and called everybody today, and I believe he withdrew his name. So then we will go to Benjamin Prout.
All right, good evening, and thank you everyone for the opportunity to be here. I've spoken with most of you, but not all. And I'm proud to call Bentonville home. So I currently work for Walmart as a senior product manager, where I spend my time bringing people together, solving problems and turning ideas into real practical outcomes. But beyond my profession, I'm someone who's deeply invested in this community, not just in where Bentonville is today, but where it's going. My background has really been about service and responsibility. I served in the U.S. Air Force Reserves as an intelligence analyst, where I learned the importance of accountability, clear communication, and making decisions that impact others. After that, I worked as a project manager and project engineer at Ball Aerospace, managing complex programs and coordinating teams to deliver results. And today, as a senior product manager, I focus on aligning people, priorities, and long-term outcomes yet again. Those experiences shaped how I think, but what grounds me is my life here. My family and I are active in the community. We attend New Life Church in Bella Vista, and this area isn't just where I work, it's where we're building our life. I've also tried to contribute in small but tangible ways. For example, I worked with the city twice to advocate for stop signs at a neighborhood intersection by Thomas Jefferson and Sugar Creek to improve safety for families. I've also used the common tools like 311 to report and help address safety concerns like infrastructure and potholes. They may seem like small actions, but that's exactly how good communities are built. Those experiences reinforce something important. Good local government isn't abstract, it's something you feel every day. It shows up in safety, responsiveness, and whether people feel heard. And that's why I'm interested in serving in city council. Bentonville is at a pivotal moment. We're growing quickly, and that brings opportunity, but also real challenges. Housing, infrastructure, traffic, and maintaining the character of our community all require thoughtful, balanced decisions. I believe bringing a perspective that is both practical and collaborative. In my work, I regularly do this with bringing people and decisions together. Compromise is an art. Not everyone has it. If selected, my approach would be grounded in three things: listening, clarity, and accountability. I'm not coming to this with a fixed agenda. I'm coming in ready to listen, to learn, and to contribute with all of you in a meaningful way. And I'll say this, I don't claim to have all the answers, and I don't think there's a perfect set of qualifications for a role like this. But I do bring my experience, values, and willingness to do the work. And as one of your current council members put it on the phone, this is about making decisions the best that we can for our community with the information we have at that time. And that's exactly how I'd approach it, like all of you do. Before I close, I want to thank all of you. I don't think you guys are publicly recognized enough, and it's seriously appreciated in a community like this. So thank you. It's not unnoticed. And at the end of the day, I'm not seeking to be the most qualified person in the room. I'm sure there's a lot of us here. But I am seeking to be the person you're most proud to hand the torch to. Someone you trust to carry forward the same values, whether that's later this year, and commitment to this community as we work together to build the future of Bentonville. Thank you for your time. And I yield the rest of my time for questions.
Same question.
Yes, I would rerun or run.
Can I ask about your background in finance? I think one of the things that's really concerning to me and maybe other members is that former council member Agnew was very strong in finance. She brought a lot to finance committee, and that's something that I'm looking for.
Yes.
Could you speak to that?
Yep. In grad school, they teach us all about finance, and then also in aerospace contracts and government contracts. We have to be good with budgets and accountability for timelines. If you miss the launch window, it's detrimental. So yes, you have to be on track, on schedule, and within budget because the government's always watching. So yep, no stranger to that. Any other questions? Otherwise, thank you. I don't want to hold everyone else up.
Thank you.
Eric?
Hello, I'm not actually here for an application. I'm just here to advocate that I would like that special election to happen, not an appointment, because that is not what the voters want. They do not know any of these people. These people are on the ballot. This is undemocratic, even though technically, yeah, this is the rules and how it goes. But if it's in your power to have an election, then you should do everything you can to do that. That's all.
Melissa Messia.
Lewis, they're not here.
I'm sorry.
You just mentioned before they're not here.
That, I think that
Oh.
was Alaric.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just spoke, he was just speaking about the special event, not actually an applicant, although I have you listed as an applicant, so I apologize. for that. Melissa Macias.
Wait, we have an application.
So are you not,
Are you running?
putting your name in for? Or you are?
I guess I can leave it in.
Oh, yeah.
Might as well go for it. Your name's right here.
Okay. All right, Melissa Macias. Do not see that she's here or online. Go to Jacob Holt. Jacob Holt. Tom Home.
Who's here?
Tom's here. So this is my trailer. All right, so yes, I would consider running if I, so. Tom Hohen, 206 Southwest Second Street. Good evening, Mayor and City Council members. Thank you for hosting this tonight. You know me as a visible, engaged member of this community, but you may not know some of my background. So I urge you to look at that application that I put together. But let me touch on a couple areas just tonight. First is experience. I've been married to my wife Paula for 41 years. I can't believe we've been married longer than I've been alive. I don't know how that works, that math, but we have 4 adult children, 2 are married, 2 grandkids, and that's kind of the center of everything, as you know. I've been a marketing executive my entire career, digital marketing specifically since 1995. So early days, and been a pioneer for that. And I worked with Kodak for a number of years in Rochester, New York. I got a call from Walmart 14 years ago. Actually, I got one of those Facebook notifications today that it was 14 years ago today that we broke ground on our house a couple blocks from here. But Walmart recruited me here to lead social media for Walmart. And that was really on a big stage. And it was a great experience while I was at Walmart. Was there for quite a number of years, and then took a role at Michael's Arts and Crafts for a while. So throughout this whole career, I have managed large teams, small teams, multi-million-dollar budgets to help with the finance thing. So proving return on investment, managing, again, tens of millions of dollars of budget in these projects, managing agencies, managing world-class events, and managing large and complex programs and projects throughout all of that. And if you just don't want to hear from me in my application, I had 7 different quotes from various residents of Bentonville that are lifetime residents, transplants, entrepreneurs, nonprofit person, business leaders. So it's not just me talking, and I just solicited some input from residents and neighbors here as well. The second point I want to leave you is just the engaged citizenry. You've seen me at many events, and I currently serve on the board of directors of the Rave Cultural Foundation, which is an Indian arts and community organization here in Bentonville. Former member of the Peel Compton Foundation, and worked with them when they brought on Osage and Kohler as part of their properties that they manage there. I've been involved in various capacities in all 12 of the Bentonville film festivals, and as it's been growing over the years. I'm involved in various active transportation efforts, notably Arkansas Moves, formerly Bentonville Moves Coalition, as well as Ride to Work Wednesdays. And you probably know me best as the vice chair, currently the vice chair of the Public Art Advisory Board, and super proud of the work that has happened on that over the last 12 years. And I've been on it for 2 different stints during that time. And I love the fact that public art is cited as one of the top things that people love about Bentonville. When Tyler was doing his Plan Bentonville session on the square,
that rose in the top 3. And I'm just super proud of that. And you've seen evidence of that as well. And I hope you had a chance to see the new sculpture that just went in last week. It's over by, Becky, I saw you there driving by, waving at me when I was standing out there, over by the Amazium and Crystal Bridges on that roundabout. Hopefully you love that one as well. So in closing, I humbly suggest that my experience and track record of community engagement position me well to further serve the citizens of Bentonville. And I appreciate your consideration. Thank you. Any questions?
You answered the one question that everybody's getting right at the beginning. So
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Dan Grover.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. And thank you, City Council members. My name is Dan Grover, and I am a Bentonville believer. My wife, Lindsay, and I chose to make Bentonville our home 20 years ago. We didn't just move here, we invested our lives here. We've raised 6 children who have been shaped by the city, all of whom who've been educated in Bentonville schools, played soccer with Parks and Rec, basketball with Boys and Girls Club. They participated in city races and summer programs. They utilized our world-class trails, checked out books at the Bentonville Library, got their first jobs at our local restaurants and bakeries, and lifeguarded for our pools, for our city pools. They performed in school orchestras and choirs, hung out at the square with friends and youth groups, and tried every flavor of ice cream at the Spark. This community has given so much to my family. My desire to serve on the city council is rooted in a deep sense of gratitude and a commitment to ensuring that 20 years from now, when I'm still here, my children want to come back and visit. My platform is built on 3 pillars. First, responsible growth. As we navigate the upcoming population boom, I stand for strategic, balanced development that protects the unique character of our neighborhoods while ensuring our infrastructure and services keep pace. 2, strong community resources. Having served a 6-year term on the Bentonville City Parks and Recreation Advisory Board, and now in my 20th year as a youth sports coach in Bentonville City, I'm a fierce advocate for the programs and spaces that define our quality of life. 3, literacy in the arts. Through my established platforms and as the current president of the Supporters of Bentonville Orchestras, which is the nonprofit organization that supports the Bentonville High School Orchestra program and its feeder schools, I'll champion family literacy and the arts, providing parents with tools they need to engage in healthy conversations about the media their family consumes. I bring 25 years of professional experience in the CPG industry, nearly 2 decades of local volunteer experience here in Bentonville. I was deeply honored to have recently received the Spirit of Bentonville Award. My goal is to be a pragmatic, collaborative, and data-driven voice for the citizens of Ward 1. I'm not just asking for a seat, I'm asking to continue the work I've already been doing for 2 decades. I am and will always be a Bentonville believer. And I would be honored to earn your support to work alongside you in the service to the city we all believe in. And if I were to be appointed, then yes, I would run in November. Thank you.
Could you speak to your finance background?
Yes, as an employee in the world of CPG, calling on Walmart, it is a standard to work with large numbers. And I've run desks that, at Coca-Cola, for example, the largest desk in all of Walmart, $8 billion, and been responsible for performance on that desk. So I'm used to numbers and making the bottom line add up. Yep. Thank you so much.
Julia Gregory.
Mayor Orman, council members, thank you very much for the brave decision that you made earlier today to pick somebody for this seat. I think that was the right decision. I don't think that this seat deserves to sit vacant in the coming months between now and November. You don't know me. I was the first to apply, but you don't know me. I haven't been emailing you. None of you are my friends. We haven't crossed paths in the years since I've lived in Bentonville, since 2008. But I am an Arkansas, born and raised, native. I grew up homeschooled in West Fork, just 50 minutes south of here. When I moved back after college, I had spent a year working at the Arizona State Senate. And so I'm no stranger to civic procedure or government responsibility. In the 18 years since then, I have worked across roles of increasing responsibility in the business world, much like many of the other qualified applicants who you've heard from today. In that time, I managed $100 million IT spends across 11 countries in my work at Aldi, most previously. I lived over in Europe for 3 years, where I lived and breathed what it's like to live in a walkable, modern, urban city. And I understand what it's like to balance the needs of pedestrians, bicyclists, public transport, as well as cars. I've also managed desks at Walmart. So when I was a category manager, I managed a $2.2 billion digestive health desk. It was the second largest category in D40 at the time, behind vitamins. So again, numbers, not afraid of them. I did a master's program in business analytics at Harvard University in 2018 through 2020. It's not going to be an easy decision for you today. You have to decide who can fill the seats of outgoing Councilmember Richardson. And she has big shoes to fill. And I would humbly request that you allow me to be your colleague and try to fill those shoes. What I know of her legacy on this council is that it comes with a record of advocating for affordable housing and for Arkansas families in Bentonville. And I would want to fill that exact same mission that her voters voted for. And if allowed to be selected for the seat tonight, I would seek reelection with the endorsement of this council. And so that's not an ask that I know is easy. That's a leg up from a statistical perspective. Absolutely, you're right, Bill. That would give a huge lead to whoever runs in November, which I will be on the ballot one way or the other. So you'll see me again, even though we don't know each other. Any other questions? My last comment, I would say, is if the other 14 candidates who I researched before coming today actually was on a ballot today as a voter in my ward, I would select Carla. She's across the street from me. And I don't know anyone in Northwest Arkansas who does more for the local homeless population and for doing the day-to-day work that isn't glamorous in making sure that people are housed and fed and cared for here. Thank you.
Allison Della Souza.
He has her daughter's recital tonight. She is the, sorry?
We have a different list, I think.
She is,
No, by order, alphabetical order, she puts Alison de la Souza.
She did not apply till 5:30 today.
She's the one that said that to solve the problem of giving an incumbent, she would be a placeholder to fill the seat and kind of commit to not running in November if we decided to go that route. So I think that's.
Just hadn't heard that before.
and we did get her application.
Just now.
So she did say that she's run previously for the seat. And that she, would not run if we wanted to make a choice to avoid that, but.
Austin Bryan.
Mayor, council members, thank you. Thank you for making the choice tonight to appoint someone into this seat. I know that it is a hard one, and I'm here to ask for that appointment this evening. I am a principal and chief operating officer at Hogan Taylor Wealth. My expertise is in accounting and finance. I'm a certified financial planner, and I help individuals, families, and organizations think clearly through complicated, consequential decisions. I've also spent time inside of Bentonville's own institutions, serving on the Plan Bentonville Steering Committee, the Parks and Recreation Advisory Board, and the Mayor's Community Council.
Three things are guiding me to wanting to sit in that seat next to you. First, fiscal responsibility, because Bentonville's growth has been a gift. But costs are going up, and every dollar the city spends should hold up to the same careful scrutiny a good financial planner brings to a client's accounts. That is a long view, no shortcuts, and no surprises. Second, smart and thoughtful growth, because Bentonville isn't going to stop growing, and the question isn't whether to grow, but how to do it without letting development outpace the roads, utilities, and services that make our neighborhoods work. And third, protecting what this city has already built, our parks, our public safety, our best in state schools, and the neighborhood character that drew people here and keeps them here. My son will start school here in Bentonville Public Schools soon. The decision that this council makes between now and then on growth, infrastructure, and the services that make Bentonville strong will shape the place that he and my daughter grow up in. And I think about that often. And it's why late last year, before this vacancy opened, I started laying the groundwork to run for this council. And it's why I'm here before you right now. I want to be at the table for the decisions that come next. And I believe I've prepared in a way that would make me useful to this council and the people of Ward 1 immediately. I am planning to rerun if I get appointed to the seat, and I believe that my accounting degree and years in finance have helped prepare me for this position as well. Thank you all. Thank you.
Alexander Bryce.
Hi, to all. First of all, I'd like to thank this council because a lot of the reason why I'm here is because of you. I have come before this council many times, many years ago, and from then on, I just got the bug to, I would like to serve here. And it grew and grew until I just finally decided, you know what, I'm going to turn in my application. Because I feel like this city has really given me so much. I moved into Northwest Arkansas in 2004. So I've lived in the area since then, moved into Bentonville in 2010. So I've been here since then, living in downtown Bentonville, which has, as you all know, grown from what was a hole in the middle of the Crystal Bridge is what is now, it was just a hole. But now it is amazing and we've grown. And to be a part of this council would be an honor because I just love Bentonville. My dad always asks, you ever think of moving? No. And one of the things that I feel like I would bring to this council is I do have a finance degree, an MBA from Vanderbilt. I've worked with the accounting in my job before I even moved to the Northwest Arkansas area. That is what I was doing for various retailers. And then one day I got a call for they needed me to help build the Bentonville office. That's how I ended up working, not for Walmart, but you know how everybody here either works for Walmart or works for Walmart. So I would appreciate your vote to be on this council. And when I came here, the question was, well, will you run again? And I got asked that by people besides y'all. And I said, you know what? I don't know. I don't know. Because to serve in this position, it's probably way more than I'm thinking it is, but at the same time, it's probably an honor. I know it's going to be an honor, but it's just things that are going to come up that I'm not even expecting. And I'm ready for those because that is what I've done in my job is things come up that you don't expect because there's a lot of gray areas out there and you need to be able to listen to all of them and you need to be able to listen to people besides yourself, besides
everyone here, you need to go out and ask, what is it that is the best for Bentonville? Any questions?
You answered the one question. Okay. Jonathan Berry. Jonathan Berry. Kimberly Bell.
Good on my way up. That'd be terrible. Hi, everybody. I've had the pleasure of getting to meet a lot of you over the past couple of weeks, which has just been great. My name is Kim Bell. I've lived in Bentonville for 22 years. I have lived downtown on Southeast D Street now for 6 years and absolutely love it down there. My husband and I raised our son here. He's 25 and we moved here when he was 3 and just feel fortunate to be able to have raised our son in this wonderful community. And I hope that, it's my hope that families continue to feel that same way. I want to run for city council. It's been something that's been on my heart for a while. And with all of the change that's happening, I just really want to be a part of that change and be able to affect things. And I've talked to a lot of you about that, and all of you have felt that you were able to affect change. So I really would love to be a part of that. I love Bentonville, and I would be excited to be the voice of people in Ward 1. I am at a stage in my life right now where I have the time to dedicate to this and would be excited to dedicate my time to this. Most importantly, I have a passion for Bentonville, people, and Jesus. What do I bring to the table? I have a lot of business skills. I haven't done a lot in city work. That will be changing. But I have a lot of business skills that are applicable for this position. First of all, budgeting skills. I ran a $1 billion desk at Walmart where I was responsible for, as everybody here knows, sales, inventory, margin, all that kinds of stuff. And I would really look forward to being a part of managing the budget for Bentonville. That'd be fun to get into and dig into. I also, in my last role, set budgets for the company. And in addition to that, multi-million-dollar budget. And in addition to that, then made sure and that we adhered to that budget. And that was whether it was payroll, travel, samples, etc. In addition, through my career, negotiation skills has been forefront. As a merchant, I had to negotiate with suppliers for the best cost and best terms so that we could give our customers the best value, the best retail. I think that would be fun to continue to bring here. I was also a part of contract negotiations with Walmart as a third-party contract supplier. My last job was VP of strategy, and it's one thing that I really enjoyed. And in that role, basically, it was digging in and figuring out where opportunities and issues are, and then figuring out how do you correct those issues/opportunities, and then aligning the team on how are we going to execute to that. So enjoyed that a lot. Also, as a merchant for Walmart, was responsible for setting a strategy and aligning the team on a path to achieve that strategy. And my most favorite thing is people skills. I love people. I've led and trained teams, both reported to me, directly to me, and where I was able to influence them by working around them. And it's one of my strengths. I tend to, what I do is influence people with the use of facts. And that's how I've usually approached things and been able to work with people. I have a passion for mentoring young people through Fellowship Bentonville. I enjoy being able to help them combine.
Comments reach 3 minutes.
I'm almost done. To combine their professional skills and spiritual beliefs. If I am selected to do this, I look forward to doing everything I can to be a part of this role. Appreciate you guys today. And yes, I would run in November.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Sorry, I went long. I thought I'd go short.
Grant Anderson. Grant Anderson. I think he was gonna be online, but is he? Okay. And then, Bill Akins, also withdrew. Others say. I believe that has got us through our applicants. Is there anybody else in the audience or?
Mayor,
Yeah.
may I ask the procedure, and we'll be passing 1, 2, 3, maybe, how are we gonna handle the vote? Are we gonna pass this down in the vote? Are we gonna, are we doing how are we gonna do this? To be able to tally the votes properly with, I don't wanna get back and forth in discussions of individuals, but I would like to just
It was.
maybe see if we can come up, you did a ballot previously.
2 weeks ago, I presented that idea, but that idea came with some questions, two questions from the lawyers in relation to the possibility of going against FOIA, the Freedom of Information Act. That's one possibility. There is a little bit of a question. And the other one, stronger one, was from a state senator who mentioned that if somebody gets, for example, out of 35 points, 18 points, that is a majority, but it is not for the equivalent of 4 members. So it has to have some refinement in the process. And so we
I
cannot.
think the outcome will be reported, and we could each write our first and second person, and if there's a commonality in the first person, then we can move forward.
I don't think I'm following. So Octavio's proposal, we were confident, does violate FOIA. Our recommendation would be that it'd be an open discussion. There would be a motion, a second, and a vote. If that person did not meet the requisite 4 votes, there would be more discussion. There would be another motion for a different candidate or the same candidate again, potentially, and go through that.
Oh, I didn't hear that part of that discussion at the last meeting, so that is your new opinion this meeting?
That has been my opinion, yes.
Okay.
I move we nominate Dan Grover for the remainder of the 2026 term.
Second that.
Have a motion and a second on the floor. We will roll call.
Okay, so
Yeah.
if,
Or, I mean, now we can discuss. I mean,
yeah, that's, so if there's,
I don't necessarily like
don't
the
necessarily-
procedure here.
we just, okay,
This is what happened last time when we appointed somebody a long time ago. Somebody made a motion, boom, bada bing, the election was done. And there was it's a very challenging situation.
absolutely not opposed to Dan. I think he seemed very qualified. I've heard very good things about him as an upstanding member of our community. It sounds like there are things that he would bring to this council that would be very helpful.
The problem that Bill is looking at is the same situation that I saw years ago.
Yep.
That is precisely that's why I said the vote has to be secret based on a scale of 5 points for each one of us. But as I said, the method is weak in some points, and it could not be done today because of
I
that.
thought your concern was last time not everybody got a chance to speak.
Not any one of us.
Or the candidates.
No, the candidates, all of them speak, but the council members do
yeah.
not.
Was this information that Nick just stated, was this sent to us prior to tonight, or am I just hearing this?
This is consistent with what I said at the last city council meeting.
That he didn't know that he would.
I was confident that what Octavio had presented would violate FOIA.
No secret.
I had said that executive session was not necessarily applicable. I did not say explicitly state that it would need to be discussed on the open record, but by saying that the other 2 things would not be applicable, it would be.
Yeah, all I heard was I'll check into it and get back. with you.
Our legal concur would let Nick.
Yeah, and I get that. I just
we
wasn't
couldn't
ever
list-
gotten back to
We
it.
couldn't list the remaining candidates 1 through 5. and put our top two, one or two, list whatever number you like and have a third party count the ballot.
Is that considered a secret ballot?
Yeah, they are the third party. That's what I presented the last time.
I mean, what's,
That it will be
we're
something.
not hiding anything other than,
I think what I would be comfortable with is if you want to write them down and then each of you go through and say who you have ranked in some order. I think that would be a more appropriate method to have everything on the public record from an audio and video perspective.
If that's what you guys want to do, I'll withdraw my motion if writing down and saying it out loud is what the
But
council.
I would want it stated on the record what you wrote down.
instead of the top two being announced, that these are the top two, and then we can vote on the top two.
Correct.
If
That'd make
the
any
top two are
Consistent.
More popular.
This is why I didn't want to do this.
So we've asked multiple, we do believe that if you were to do it in some type of secret ballot, that it would violate FOIA and could make your nomination, that could be challenged. So that is our legal recommendation on that.
Another reason why we.
So are you saying that you
I'm
can't?
learning a lot just by sitting here and I mean, I wanted to hear from you guys. I mean, that was my whole reason because what I heard said before our break was we have to decide whether or not we're going to appoint somebody tonight to be able to hear them. And I mean, now I've heard them. I've heard some different things from when we left from the last meeting. I'm back to where I don't know that I'm the one that needs to make this decision based on what I've heard tonight. I mean, there are some really good candidates and there's a lot of constituents that I feel like should and need to weigh in on this.
We already decided.
Well, I know.
Decision already and.
But we made that decision based on, I made the best decision I could with what I know.
There are.
And now I know all of this, and I know that this change where we're not gonna be able to have.
So
discussion.
is it different if
We've
they-
done we've done a ballot in the past. well,
So
before
the
next-
constituents will decide in
More than welcome to do a
November.
ballot.
either
as
way,
long as
right?
Your ballot is to be on the public record, not read by a third party and calculated and tabulated outside of the public record.
The public
Well,
will
they
be
could
deciding
count
in
it
November
here
either
in
way,
public
right?
record. You could count it
Like,
and give everybody your feedback.
If we did it that way, I would be reading it as who the council member is, and I would be saying who they ranked in what order. That is how I would be calculating it.
That's precisely the way that I said that 2 weeks ago, when I said everybody
we
votes,
could do that.
the ballots are given to you, you calculate, you tabulate them, and then you present them by indicating who voted for what.
So.
But we are going that route.
And
I mean-
say we cannot have executive session. Okay. I'll say who my.
I think we have a lot of qualified applicants. Like, I think we can all agree on that for sure. And I think we can all agree that
To rank all of them.
the constituents are voting in November.
Yeah, I mean, I
Either
heard
way.
things
Many of.
that wasn't
Good.
written on paper.
And-
The method that Bill is suggesting is similar to the one that I presented 2 weeks ago. And it does not have, in my understanding, a FOIA violation because the vote will be secret and it will be given to the clerk or the lawyer who will present them on the screen and will put it on the record, including the copies of the ballots that each one of us has
Just
done.
a
But-
So the way this is gonna go is motion in a second. We're gonna go through this and you may not even get to the fourth person.
Right.
It's just an odd setup. It's not a broad-based election situation.
I've been hard.
No, I've been through this numerous times and I didn't want to do it again because this is exactly what happens. And not that it's fault.
No, I mean, I agree.
It just, you'll get a motion in a second, you may not even get to the fourth person. And it's just, it's challenging for all of us. And I appreciate y'all's patience with this discussion because it's certainly a challenge for me. I care a lot of. Anyway,
If we.
so however y'all want to
If
handle
we
that,
rank, I will.
I
withdraw
lost
my
the vote
motion.
on this, so.
If we say who
Up to
our
you.
top two are, then
just continue. You've got a motion on the table.
I have a motion on the table.
All those in favor of.
If the
Pam,
consensus is that we prefer to rank instead, I will withdraw my
I
motion.
think
You can also rescind your previously approved motion if brought forward by the winning side.
Well, I want to rescind my previous motion of
So
making.
you could
a
propose
decision
that
tonight
you bring.
and let it
back
go to a tie.
Vote, because you voted in favor of hearing from the candidates and nominating someone, correct?
Hearing from the, yeah,
So you would prefer that we leave the seat open until November?
yes,
Is that what you're saying?
So
yes.
you would be proposing.
Hearing what I've
to
heard
bring that back
tonight
to the
and
vote,
new
and if a
information.
Majority vote, that would be rescinding that motion to put a new motion on the table.
motion.
We would
makers
make it
need to
3-3.
rescind Their motion.
No, you would be rescinding for a new vote.
So if it was 3-3, would the mayor decide or would that make it fail?
If she proposed,
So if Holly switches her vote and we revote, that would make us 3-3. So does that make the motion fail because it doesn't have enough support, or does it make the mayor break the
if
tie?
motion is to, let me think through this for a second.
Yeah.
The motion is to rescind, then it would not pass
If it
absent a
doesn't-
majority.
If it doesn't have 4.
If it doesn't have
If she
4.
Voted to the tiebreaker, then it would pass.
So she would vote
If it's a.
For any type, yeah.
for any tie. So
So
that would
they
put
can
mayor in the
change it.
position too.
Unless other people have
The tie.
also changed their.
Okay, yeah.
So then at that point, it would become a mayor appointment because,
Yeah, and that's,
so, the statute specifically states it should be a city council appointment, just so everybody's.
I don't think it
But-
would become a mayor appointment if
Yeah,
it doesn't pass, we're back to where we started.
well, she's making the deciding vote as she's actually deciding which way to go or appoint the person.
The mayor cannot vote on this. If
That's
it's-
what
I'm talking about the motion to rescind.
Break the tie. She should not vote for that.
She would have to break the tie.
It's up to us. I don't want to leave it up. Not that I wouldn't mind having you take the weight of this, but I think this is on us.
Yes.
So
You do need to make a decision tonight.
one way or the other.
Or
Yeah.
rescind the vote, and that makes the decision.
Well,
Rescind it.
here's where I am right now. There's a motion and a second
Yes.
for Mr. Glover. I have no reason to vote against him. So I'm not gonna vote against him when when he's a perfectly great candidate.
We
I'm
have to
not
deal with that
sure,
motion
but-
though, don't we?
I just don't see an easier way to do it. So I thought throwing out who I thought was a top candidate. But like I said, if we prefer to rank, I will withdraw that motion.
I agree with you. Do we have to take action on the motion on the table?
No, like
In the motion.
discussing the motion that I will withdraw if council decides they would like to do the ranking method instead.
Everything's out. If everybody's gonna have to go through this, then what's the difference?
I don't know how the ranking.
The ranking method will be more complicated.
I agree.
That's,
So, question is, do we move forward with appointing somebody or not? And unless she rescinds her vote, then your motion stands and you've got a second on that, so we can vote on Mr. Glover. Already put that.
So we're kind of back to thinking we might not want choose any of the well-qualified applicants.
No.
No,
You say that
We
we.
have a motion on the table.
have a
now.
motion.
I know, but
Decided she wants to rescind hers.
well, I think she can only rescind it if, like, who has to decide if that original motion is rescinded?
The ones who won,
The winning side would bring it forward.
she's not on the winning side.
She is.
She is.
She voted in favor of
She
it.
voted in
Oh,
favor.
sorry.
So we can do that. If we decided we want to go a completely different direction and leave the seat empty.
My position hasn't changed.
Okay, we have to make a decision. So Holly, you'll have to either decide if you want to rescind your vote and recall that, or you do have a motion and second on the table.
I mean, it feels very awkward. I mean, and again, I don't have anything against.
We have to make
I
it.
would have shouted something out fast.
Do what?
Yeah, I would have shouted out too if we knew this is how it's gonna happen. You know, it's, and that's what happened last time. The reason this came up.
Unfortunately,
Because somebody did this last time, shouted out a name, got a second real quick.
the only thing that happened differently this time is you did allow all of them to speak, because last time when we
I
did
thought
this
that was the
process.
concern, was last time we didn't let
But,
everybody.
And
this,
I think
this
that
is the process,
Mr.
and we have to make a decision.
But I agree with you. I think it'd be better
So,
left to the voters.
I'm not hearing a retention of vote, so I'm gonna say you have a motion and a second on the floor, and you should vote on that candidate.
Okay.
We're voting.
Wait.
For the candidate, you're voting for the candidate.
Wait, I have made the offer to the council to withdraw that motion.
It was not accepted.
If we have another method of selecting that is better, I am happy to withdraw that motion. Does anyone have a better method?
It was not
I think
accepted.
it's direct and it's.
Because I am
Motion, okay.
totally open to a
Qualified
better,
candidate.
something better if you guys have something. Like we can
Okay.
rank, give our top two.
I've made my position pretty clear, so whatever else y'all want to do, I'm on.
Based on what I know now, because I made a decision based on what I knew then, I want to rescind my vote and let the people vote, which
And have
is
the
what
mayor decide.
I feel like
No, I don't.
should happen at this point.
If she rescinds, we're 3-3 and the mayor.
Well, she would be rescinding, there would need to be a second, and then there would be a vote to rescind the winning vote. Does that make sense?
So the second has to come from another person.
So now this is a vote to rescind the original motion. You already heard from the candidate, so you can't rescind that part. But to nominate someone to fulfill their 2026 term, you'd be voting to rescind that from the floor. We have a motion
Put out there, you'd have to have a second to her
and a
motion.
majority vote.
Cindy, so you,
Any other discussion on it?
yes, do you want to discuss it?
So basically, this motion to rescind would result in, this would be if we decide we want to leave this seat vacant.
You're not deciding anything by.
Well, but by
You make a
rescinding it,
Motion
You
to,
will have to go back.
yes, we're
to the
overruling
documents
that.
And make a decision again.
basically,
Person from either side or one other person from the vote to
Yes.
appoint will have to change their mind.
basically, the only reason we would vote to rescind is if we've decided we want to leave the seat vacant.
no, you'd be back to the, all three options.
Back to the beginning.
There would be nothing on the
Right,
floor that
but-
would be deciding anything. You could also propose.
We'd have a vote again, and then probably,
Practical purposes, it would be if we
Right.
decided we want to
Yes.
leave the seat open.
Yes.
you wouldn't rescind it unless that was the.
Yeah, we would not rescind it unless we've decided we want to leave the seat open.
Yes.
So we want to leave the seat
Unless there's
open
another way to
for
do
6 months
this vote tally.
and have all these wonderful people run without having this, leave that seat vacant and just have 7 of us until mid-November.
Or simply stay, let the people decide.
Well, people decide in November either way.
I know.
This is like we're.
People, the November, the election will occur in November, whether we appoint someone or not. The people will
The
decide.
one that brought up the point of the competitive advantage of,
It is an advantage.
It is.
Yeah.
It's estimated 20 to
And-
30%.
But if we feel like there's a qualified candidate in here, and there is, then
there's a few, I mean, there's.
There are, I mean, there are.
There's a
Get down the
few.
line
I
long
mean,
enough to get to
It says a lot for our city that there are
That's-
so many
that's
qualified
the
people. I mean, it does.
Yeah, I mean, and I want to restate, obviously Dan or Don, can't
My
be my
top
own
two
handwriting,
are
was one of
Dan
my
and
top
Dan.
2.
I'll just say it out there. My top 2 are Kim and Dan. Does anyone else want to say their top 2?
My top 2 are Kim and Dan.
Same here.
Kim and Dan.
Okay,
Then why don't you take a vote?
okay.
That was proposed already
I'm-
to nominate Dan. And it is a motion on the table that has not been,
So I feel like we're all
Right.
fairly aligned in our thoughts.
Well, I don't,
Okay,
So
well,
we have-
now I feel like we can
I'm-
vote on Dan.
Well, we.
Do you have a motion, a second on the floor to rescind?
On the rescind, yes.
We have to vote on that first.
We're gonna rescind.
we're gonna vote on that?
You don't have,
you don't.
There's a motion and a
I'm
second.
saying that it's 3-3.
You could make a motion to
To do something
to
else?
approve somebody else too, or the
Don't we have-
original.
We do have to,
Motion first.
Well, we had a motion on the floor to nominate.
I have not withdrawn my motion yet.
So we're still on Dan.
And we have another.
We have multiple motions on the floor. The most recent motion in a second was a vote to rescind the original motion of listening to the candidates and nominating someone to fill the 2026 term.
Listen, I'm really disturbed about this whole process. We didn't have a process set up on how we were gonna do this, other than the three options. Not how we were gonna take a vote, not how it was gonna be triggered, or anything. And I think this is not how you handle things. Myself.
I agree that I think it would have been, I think having a process in advance would have been
Can I move?
the
And
better.
I feel like we're
Decision and-
kids at this.
Process.
But we still can't come up with a better with a process.
Then I think we need to go
So-
back to the motion to rescind.
She's already rescinded, so it's 3-3, y'all.
Well, she's brought forward a motion to vote on rescinding that.
I'll second her motion.
I second it. It's already been moved in second. We need to vote. Call the question.
Hook.
You're voting to,
To rescind,
Yes.
voting to
You're
rescind.
voting-
Yes.
We are voting to rescind the original motion.
So, okay.
So a yes is yes to rescind.
Yes is yes.
Yes.
Sanchez.
No.
Patterson.
No.
Acre.
Yes.
Siva.
No.
Burkhart.
yes.
But it's documented now.
So now we put the mayor.
I don't know what the,
So if you, let me think through this for a second. If you abstain, so you can approve it, which would be, if you abstain, then it wouldn't rescind. Does that make sense?
And we vote.
so I'm going to abstain. I think you need to stick with what you did first and you need to make a decision.
We have another motion on the floor.
Then
Wait a minute, so we're make a decision on the candidate or make a decision on how we're doing this?
We have a motion.
a motion
on the
for
floor.
Dan to be
Okay.
appointed.
So maybe-
Motion is second, y'all vote on how you wanna vote on the candidate. Just vote on the
I
candidate.
am recommending we make a decision.
Make a decision.
So to do that, I'm abstaining and asking you to make a decision.
So now we deal with your motion. Have you haven't
I
received?
have not rescinded my motion. I will rescind my motion if someone comes up with a better
I don't
plan,
think we have.
a better option for for deciding and voting.
Been moved and.
But I haven't heard one yet, so.
So at
Okay, so let's
at this
vote.
time,
Call
we
the
have a
question.
motion and a second for Dan Grover. I'm gonna ask, are you ready to call the vote? Call the vote, please.
Sanchez.
Yes.
Patterson.
Yes.
Acre.
Yes.
Siva.
Yes.
Burkhart.
No,
Hook.
Yes.
Congratulations.
sorry, everybody. Yeah, congratulations, and I don't, it had nothing personal.
Yeah.
I just
Let me just say that
like I gotten through or have a different.
we have amazing candidates. Thank you, each and every one of you, for coming and participating tonight.
And all of you.
That was a real-
November.
Benjamin.
Okay, do you, do we want to do committee review?
Oh, I honestly don't either.
Didn't recognize you. I guess you're talking to me. Nice.
Thank you. It's good to meet you.
Bye, Ben. It was nice to meet you.
A trainer. We're still gonna ride.
We can. The process is to make a non, like you did, you have to vote on things.
You know, it feels rough, but like,
You for checking it out.
Looking forward to working with you.
yeah, really good.
And
Good luck to you.
and for the record,
When does he come on board?
He can come on. and-
Is it emergency clause? Do we have a process for action?
Oh.
He does
You'll need to
this?
be sworn in prior to the next meeting.
Okay.
So
By
we
the
can visit
next
before the next,
meeting.
so we can visit before the next meeting, right?
Yeah, by the next meeting. Yeah, and I definitely was not. I just haven't met you.
Did you get all that?
You wanna.
Yeah, we have not adjourned yet.
Submit a statement of financial.
We're still in session.
That's kind of a little bit, but.
Okay.
That's the thing, but we'll get to sworn in.
He should be sworn in.
It's not, they don't technically collect it until the beginning of the year, but we've kind of created a process.
Did we make that complicated enough for you to write on?
That's our goal, Thomas. That's our goal. Keep you up all night.
You have system, so if you'll, we'll get it all done for you, okay?
Stan.
Mm, yes, sir.
Right?
I told you.
It's fun. We have fun. Yeah. We like each other despite what it was. Are you trying to convince
I told you the job is easy and the pay is good.
them? He lied.
Okay. All right, committee reviews.
You're
Octavio.
The library has been doing an excellent job in using the, what is it? Not pacemakers, but some kind of a spacemaker, space. And they have had a lot of participation from the citizens. There is a long line of people trying to get to the machines and work on the subjects that they are making over there. And they have now a color 3D printer, which is something incredibly fantastic, very much advanced, and things like that. So they are good. They are doing a very, very good job. The utility board met and we discussed the items that we voted on tonight.
And if you haven't gone over there, like their 101 class, you need to do that. It's phenomenal. And I didn't know they also have a digital.
The makerspace? I did the makerspace 101.
And they
I took
have
the
a
whole class.
digital lab where you can do podcasts and.
Yes, it's amazing. Yeah, really cool. I don't really have, they didn't meet, everybody was at the AMP or the Visit Bentonville kind of release of their plan, so I don't need to fill you in because you were all there, so.
And we did have our meeting and approved the homecoming parade, 25th of September, and same list of traffic congestion sites that we still have not resolved, one being McCollum and Central and the other 72 and being Tater Black. There's just, we've just got a lot of issues, not enough money to take care of it. So we're trying to do the best we can. We will be putting a temporary light up at McCollum.
Really?
Only
At McCollum Central?
I was just
Oh, wow.
gonna ask you when that gentleman was speaking, like, is
It's
that
a-
something
it's a rough
possible?
intersection.
We've already decided there needs to be a temporary solution there. And I don't know how long it'll take us to get that done, but I know the committee has agreed that that's something we are gonna do.
Good, good.
Mayor, have you gotten a lot of calls on yard I feel like I'm getting a lot of calls on yard maintenance.
Grass is growing and it's just, I mean,
It's
there's
fine.
something in through them. I mean,
Can we maybe, like, I don't know, address kind of the bad actors?
What we can do is we can look at the process to see if we can speed it up any, but that needs to come through you all, because we are doing our process right now with the letter. And so
And
we've
I
been
re-
talking about if there is a way to, yes, and how to, if it's a repeat offender, that question is coming up. And so,
Can we just
well,
maybe
I think
put that on a,
that has the thought process that we would like to bring for you. We just haven't had time to get.
okay,
So
if it's in the works, it would be
give us-
nice to,
Maybe we can have that ready in the next.
the process is really lengthy. I know your hands are tied because of the code, like if there was a way that we could maybe get that.
Yeah, so we have
Taking care of
thoughts on that, so let me see if we can get
Okay.
something to you at the next council meeting. I'm not making any promises. just
Okay.
We're crazy busy right now, but
Yeah.
we have heard that, and you're just in the time of year right now where the grass is growing and that is, you know,
Yeah,
code enforcement is in full.
A week ago and it's already 2 foot.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Our code is responsive to that. Also nuisance yards, our code has been responsive to that.
The challenge we're having is we do have some repeat offenders where the person's having, and I think those are the ones that we're trying to figure out if we can have a little better process for it.
Change the fine process.
Yeah.
For the bad actors.
So.
Okay, thanks. Glad it's kind of in the works, maybe.
Okay, ATAB and art are next week. And I had to miss the airport board this week because of my kid is graduating and I've got all senior stuff going on. So,
Congratulations.
but I'll review that and give you an update on that. But the next week are ATAB and art.
Good.
We meet next week.
Okay. So, for committees,
If someone wants
we
to
are,
take one of
I'm gonna have Dan set on the finance committee unless there is somebody that wants to talk to him and change what current committee you're on. That was my thought process, is to have him just fill that
Sounds like
role in finance, if you guys are
okay with that.
Now, that does,
I don't like the
finance
job either.
committee does meet, Dan, at 4:30. Like, I don't know if that's an issue for you or not. So,
On Tuesday.
on
the
Tuesdays, right
Tuesdays at
before
city
the,
Council meetings.
okay.
If he wants to be on the finance, fine with me. I have passions around our library. I'm happy to sit wherever.
Doesn't sound like anybody is jumping up, though you, By
You don't
default,
want
or-
me on the finance committee,
Yeah,
I guarantee
they wanna do
you,
finance.
but the art board could. think that
You willing to
Dan
give
might
up,
wanna
give up the
offer-
artwork?
well, so Gayatri said on the finance committee, and so
We need
the
you.
easiest thing would be to do that. If that, the only thing is we do try to, from a scheduling standpoint, that one does meet at 4:30, so. you might
About
wanna
half
just
the
check
time
that.
at 5, about half the time at 4:30.
Yeah, sometimes they do move it back to 5 because if there's not very much on it.
We get closer toward the second half of the year, it gets a lot more busy.
It's the
Same
second
as
and
city
fourth
council.
Tuesdays. It meets right before council. So, okay. All right. With that, I think we're done.
Okay. Well, that was shorter than I thought it would be.
Well, our regular agenda was flat.
Yeah, it was all